Health Nut News is a good, like, they have an Instagram account where it's like they basically post about, doctors coming out and having alternative views, and like where their, focus is on like health, and like, where if things don't add up, they call it out, so definitely check out that Instagram account.
What is it again?
Health Nut News.
Health Nut News.
Yeah.
Maybe we should get him on the podcast.
Yeah, word, totally.
Yeah.
It's a woman. I forget her name, but yeah, definitely check him out. However, David Icke. Going back to David Icke. I mean, David Icke is just like an incredible person. His stories are phenomenal and pretty out there. And he actually has a series on Gaia right now called Escape the Matrix. That's really good. If you don't know anything about David Icke, there's also a documentary out on Gaia. I think it's called Renegade. But shout out to David Icke. You're amazing. Thank you. But he had an interview with London Real. This is actually back almost a year ago when we kind of reconnected. Because I'd been running the cafe, and then I remember one day I was like watching this video. I can't remember if I texted you, or I think I like messaged you. I was like, "Yo, have you seen this?"
I was like, probably.
Yeah,
two times.
And then you were like, "Yeah, have you seen the David Icke interview?" I'm like, "What?" And then you pointed me to that, so I went to London Real's website, and then like that. It's just a super good interview.
He just got deplatformed.
London Real.
Yeah, like so not to get too off, but since we're talking about that situation, he recently had one of his other first live stream, but other ones, because he's right in the thick of things talking about COVID, election, all that stuff. He's actually running for mayor in London.
Yeah.
And so, long story short, he had his videos, several of them taken down. Same stuff like what happened with Crowder. And what's funny is some of them are going about a legal matter, but most of it is just sort of, I guess, being talked about. But let's dive back in regards to David Icke, because you remember what the interview was even about for it to get pushed back. Most popular that day behind the Trump stream during election time.
Yeah,
and they got pulled out. Why do you think?
Well, because he was talking about COVID and it didn't fit the mainstream narrative.
So here's what I find interesting. How many people showed up to watch it? And then how much positive reviews it got after? Sure, some people are like thumbs down type of thing. Mm-hmm. But across the board, the video was way more positive than was negative as far as the receivement of the crowd.
Reception, yeah.
And so, what do you think that says?
I think David Icke is awesome. He's just such a character, so interesting. I think people want that type of stuff. It's similar to me, like Dolores Cannon or like The Law of One, where it's just like mind-blowing information that just like literally just like shatters your idea of reality, or what you believe life on Earth to be, or the history of Earth to be.
Is that why you think it's easier people just put him on the conspiracy theory box right off the bat?
Because it's like he is out there. I mean, he's had his third eye opened. He's had some experiences that have shattered the veil between like this reality and like the greater, or like the real reality where everything is connected. Mm-hmm. And so it's like you start talking about that stuff and people are just like, it either hurts their brain and they shut it off, or they're literally not ready to hear it and they can't hear it. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like I tell people about The Law of One all the time, and then 2 weeks later they're like, "Oh, that's really cool. It talks about aliens," and I'm like, "Yeah," and like all types of things. And then a month later I'll talk to them, or sometimes I'll like give them a copy of the book, and then if they're not ready to hear it, I'll talk to them a month later. They like will barely remember the conversation.
Oh yeah, no, dude. The line, or if you're not ready to learn it. Not ready to hear, you're not going to learn it.
Yeah. And when you are ready to learn, like when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. So it's like, and that's the type of thing. It's like I like putting information out there, like offering it, like, hey, if you want to check this out, go find out for yourself. But I'm not gonna like, you know, sit down and like be like, hey, the Law of One talks about aliens and Bigfoot, and you know, talks about who built the pyramids and all, you know, and like, yeah, I might do that a little bit, but that's just to pique your, you know, interest, and you got to go find out about it on your own.
All right, thanks for watching this clip from Appropriate Culture. If you want to watch the full episode, go ahead and check out us at appropriateculture.com. You can also check us out on the social media platforms at Appropriate Culture. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one.